This is Sybert signing in to Kane's Wrath on the map Tournament Highlands. On the left side as the red GDI, this is BikeRushOwnz. And on the right as the cyan screen, this is Futurama. Who may also be Drive, I don't know, I'm just going to call him Futurama because that's his name. Tournament Highlands, another community map. 2 spikes, nice and easy. And then, of course, an expansion field over here, a big expansion field in the middle, and a blue field in the north and the south, which starts empty. So these two guys played this just the other day. From the time of recording this, it was yesterday, March 22nd. For those of you who are wondering, is this an old game? No! This is just about as fresh as you can get. Played just yesterday. These two guys played 15, maybe 20 different games against each other. They were just lined up random v random. So this is random scrin versus random GDI. They played a whole bunch of different maps. BikeRush sent me over a replay pack, and I am going to cast some of them. They were also nice enough to let me live cast some of the matches, which was very nice because I'm going to put those together. They're kind of interesting games. Some of them are good, some of them are just sort of so-so, but they're all, you know, they've got like a little interesting angle to all of them, and they're entertaining nonetheless. So I'm going to take the ones that I cast live, and I'm going to stick them together in a little pack, 1 or 2 videos, and kind of put those up as a little combo thing. And then I'm going to cast basically the best of the best for the rest of this series. So that is the context. That is the setup for this series. Just some random fun games that these guys are playing. And Tournament Highlands, not a map that I am familiar with. Interestingly enough, I like that Futurama dropped this portal before going for his expansion. It delays it a little bit. I assume he's doing something. He could just be wanting to guard his harvester going for the blue tib, but I'm not 100% what his plan is with these descents and why he needed them right this second. In this particular case, BikeRush is also going for that blue tib, so those descents could be a great way to kill that harvester relatively quickly. Although the descents are going to get spotted by these rifleman squads, the harvester does not turn around. There's still 3 squads left and a gunwalker, so they could put the hurt on this harvester. No, it turns around, it goes home. Other than that, these guys playing pretty darn standard eco games. They're getting themselves their main base economy up and running. Get this field saturated, although no, BikeRush is actually going pretty light on the harvesters. Got both of his refineries, but no extra harves on that main field, so he's a little bit strapped for cash. Futurama, on the other hand, he's got his 4 harvesters rocking. He was able to grab that blue tib. He is feeling good about himself, although BikeRush did grab 1 load of blue tiberium from the southern field, so he was actually going for both fields at the same time. Probably just a little bit of a safety/greed move. You know, if you go for both fields, then if Futurama is going for 1 field, you can turn around and go to the other field. And if he's not, then you get yourself both fields, so a nice little greedy move. The descents are maybe barely going to be able to take out that tib spike, and actually they get the APC and the rifleman squad inside of it, so these 2 pit bulls going to be moving out to the south. So good on Futurama. Going to be able to clean up this spike as well, clearing out that 10 creds a second from BikeRush. BikeRush going for a little bit of harvester harass with seeker tanks and gunwalkers. That shouldn't be too much of a problem for Futurama to chase away. He's got 5 harvesters here, 6 even, and they're a little bit exposed, but these pit bulls are not going to do too much damage. Tier 2 is up. It looks like AP ammo is on the way, and maybe hammerheads or just orcas coming out for BikeRush. 4 seeker tanks in the north. Going to be looking to maybe put some hurt on the harvesters of BikeRush. Loses both of those pits a little bit unnecessarily there, but not too big of a deal. Big volleys coming out from these seeker tanks. They're able to get 1 harvester real low on HP, but they're kind of split up now. Harvester does juke around the buildings, and the rest of these seekers will go down to the latent damage from that watchtower, as well as the punch down from these predator tanks. So a little bit of a cleanup there by BikeRush. He took some damage on the harvester, but not too bad. Ooh! Nabs all 3 of these buildings, so that's super annoying. The power plant and this airfield Although in the south, look at this. These descents get spotted. That one APC barely manages to get the kill and then leaves some mines for the rest of these descents, which are sort of ant walking their way out across. He's going to go for the kill. That one harvester's so low on HP. No, he doesn't get it. The watchtower will get thrown down. AP ammo is going to give it a little boost in the damage department. And down south, the second spike is under fire. That means he's really giving his position away with those descents. He's calling attention to it, and he's saying, hey, BikeRush, aren't you worried about these disintegrators down here? Because if BikeRush is not worried about these disintegrators down here, force fields, by the way, these descents have an opportunity to put a lot of hurt on the infrastructure of BikeRush. One rifleman squad and this APC, a second APC, does join the first down in the south here. Up in the north, Seeker Tank's going to be heading back in, looking to finish the job. The Harvester one did go down. I think that was the weak one. A second one gets eliminated. Good for Futurama, really putting the hurt on BikeRush in the way that BikeRush normally is always the guy hitting the economy of his opponent, making sure that he has more harvesters, more Tiberium. Futurama is doing that exact same thing to him. And making it work. Not probably going to get this last harvester. He's going to trade out all of those Seekers, which is a bit troublesome. But he at least did get 2 harvesters. He forced a little bit of lost mining time, and it's actually going to be Firehawk, so it was upgrades being purchased early on from that airfield. It was not units, so misread, you could call it. But 3 APCs and a 4th one in the south there. They need to turn around and deal with these descents. The descents are going to be able to overwhelm one watchtower, and they could go for the power plant to try and slow down any further base defenses from really being a real problem for him. Eventually, BikeRush does turn around. He's forced to sell off a refinery just to get the extra units to try and stop this tech center from going down, even calling in a Firehawk to bomb these descents. He is serious about this defense. Drops an extra power plant. No additional watchtowers, though, and he does clean that up barely in time. Wow, BikeRush pulled out pretty much everything to stop those descents from killing his war factory. And it looks like a war factory to stop the descents from killing his tech center. Oh my gosh, a wormhole grabs it, sells immediately with the mastermind. A lovely move there by... Oh, actually going for the technology assembler. The tier 3 is down, and there the Firehawks managed to escape. 2 of them at least. The 3rd does go down, and the 4th also eliminated by these plasma missile batteries. That mastermind, an absolute stinker to deal with and very annoying. Nope. Okay, the portal does disappear there, so no more teleportation for that mastermind, at least not just at the moment. Reclamator hub goes down, so selling off both of his war factories. I think that that brings BikeRush down to 0 war factories left in this game. It's all about the aircraft. It's all about the infantry. I assume he's going to rebuild one more war factory a little bit later in this game. But for now, it's kind of a paltry ground army here for Futurama. We'll have to see if he's able to make some magic happen with his mastermind up in the north. APCs and a couple of rifleman squad going to be poking away at that building. Gunwalker shoots down a hammerhead, but this Marv is heading for that main field. Who needs to actually build refineries and harvesters, says BikeRush. Not me. Futurama moving his drone ship, his MCV, to that middle field. BikeRush could be trying to trade Spike for Spike. This harvester escapes with a little bit of blue Tiberium. It looks like BikeRush has been doing a good job of keeping that blue Tiberium harvested in the south. APCs, a Pred tank, and some rocket troopers. In the north, it's pretty much the same thing, but an army of gunwalkers is going to try and chase them away. And maybe put the hurt on these harvesters, so BikeRush could put some... And he's dropping some mines, actually. He's going to be able to clean up one harvester, no problem there, and this tripod stomping all over these infantry, but eventually it will get taken out. So a good kill there by BikeRush. Going to be losing another harvester is Futurama. Kind of unfortunate that it ran that path right by all of those GDI units. No, actually, barely almost escapes. Yes, it does escape. What a roller coaster that one harvester had, and now he's totally dead as these tripods are going for the crushes. The Buzzer Hive able to eliminate all of the infantry, and the force fields on that tripod able to absorb a nice bit of damage. which is great for Futurama. Ooh, Secret Tanks with that Shard Launcher upgrade going to be putting the hurt on this expansion for BikeRush. This is the majority of his economy, other than the Marv in the middle of that, in the middle of this map. He doesn't really have too much in terms of long-term income. And actually, these tripods, if they jump on that Marv when it has no support, when it has no defense nearby, they could lock it down and destroy it, which I don't know if he actually realizes. Eradicator Hexpod is on the way. There's the Warp Chasm. It's on the front lines, which means something got bombed, it looks like, over here. But that means he's going to have that Eradicator Hexpod right here when it's ready to go. Marv, triple engineer inside of it, so lots of repairing capabilities for that Marv. Eventually that Rifleman squad won't actually die in the current moment. Yes, it steps forward, and it ends up getting eliminated. So sad, sad day for that Rifleman squad. And this Marv is doing a pretty good job. Obviously, Marv harvesting is not as efficient as Harvester harvesting, but who the heck cares when you've got free and easy harvesting, stealing all that money. Blue Tiberium in the south will be grabbed, and one Zone Trooper squad going to be putting the hurt on this Harvester. There's the Eradicator Hexapod. So these tripods are going to be jumping on forward. In it goes some Descents for some great damage output, but now all of the support is here. Do they have EMP grenades? Yes, it finally did finish, which means EMP potential going to be on both sides. And BikeRush stepping forward, swinging in from the north. The Eradicator Hexapod going for a couple of strikes. Will get one Predator tank, gets the cash back for that as well, which is always nice for Futurama. And he's going to phase. He's going for the crushes. The Mastermind, I'm not sure where it ended up in this map, but EMP misses, gets a Gunwalker. Not really going to stop the Eradicator Hexapod at the current moment. And that one Grenadier squad. Oh, he actually does get the EMP. I thought it totally whiffed, but no, the EMP does land, locking down that Eradicator Hexapod and stopping it from being able to crush Descents, rushing forward, as well as these buzzers, trying to stop the EMPs from landing, trying to stop these EMP Grenadiers from being able to do anything in the north. It looks like a little hit squad breaking off from the main of the army. The phase is going to wear off pretty soon here for that Eradicator Hexapod, and it will be vulnerable. It's nearly surrounded, but it's not a ton of damage, which means if these tripods can get into a nice supportive position, this Eradicator Hexapod could clean up, but no, it's just getting destroyed. Body blocking with all of these structures and stopping the Eradicator Hexapod from being supported. BikeRushOwnz destroys it easy peasy, and now the Marv is on the front line. EMP grenades going to be locking down 3 of those tripods, stopping their DPS from being a part of this fight. MCV goes down. Futurama slowly carving a path forward in this battle. The Marv still stands. These Predator tanks on the south still stand, and the EMPs are good. The Gunwalker's not able to eliminate those Grenadiers fast enough as the Marv moves closer, ever closer to these tripods, crushing everything in its path. Even the railguns getting in on the action, stomping all over those 3 or 4 tripods in the north. A Gunwalker on a tripod going to be trying to hit BikeRush's base, trying to hit the infrastructure, hit the solid economy, but there isn't a whole lot left there. Even the tier 3 down here has been sold off at some point, and BikeRushOwnz, he's up against the ropes. Keep in mind, he sold off his war factories, every production facility. Oh! I didn't realize he had sold off everything except for this one barracks. He doesn't have the airfield. He doesn't have anything, just this one veteran Marv, and Futurama has all of the world of possibilities before him. If only he could get some economy rolling. If only he could get some of this Tiberium in his bank account. For now, he's going to try and hold the line. Maybe another Eradicator Hexapod on the way here, but a couple of Buzzer Hives would be nice if he had them on the front line to help thin the herd, to deal with these infantry. If Futurama realizes that there is nothing to stop him other than infantry, these Pred tanks, and this Marv, he can play to that. He needs to draw this out a little bit longer, but he's not going to have the chance. The Warp Chasm goes down. He doesn't have a war factory on the back end, so actually this is pretty much it for Futurama as well, and he has been defeated. He sold off pretty much all of his other production facilities, so that one front line hold is all he had, his bastion of strength, but it was not enough. And BikeRushOwnz barely holding in there in terms of buildings. He had that barracks and the refineries back in his old expansion, but not much else from that. Futurama taking BikeRush to the absolute edge with that, and in total, he was up 20,000 credits or 14,000 credits in this game. So Futurama, a little bit of an economic advantage, but in the end, that Marv able to tank, separate away the Eradicator Hexapod with those buildings, tank a lot of damage into that Marv. The Pred tanks, the infantry did the rest. And what a great game from Futurama and BikeRush showcasing Tournament Highlands. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and this is Sybert signing out.